Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and once again I am excited to bring you another review. This is a figure that I was very lucky to be able to get and get when I did, as it was one of these blink and you'll miss it deals. This is the Transformers Cyberverse Action Attacker One-Step Megatron. Now you might be saying to yourself, Chuck, didn't you just review a one-step Megatron from the Cyberverse line? And the answer is yes, I did. I reviewed this figure here on the right. Now, the figure here on the right is basically a reshell of the old Age of Extinction one-step Megatron that was based on the Revenge of the Fallen design. This one on the left is an entirely new mold. Now, the one here on the right, I feel, looks a lot closer to the cartoon tank model, whereas the one on the left really doesn't, but as we'll see in robot mode, has a closer robot design. It also has a weapon feature, which this one does not. So let's get this guy out of the way and focus back in on this new figure. As I mentioned, it does have an action attack feature. Hence why it's called the Action Attacker. Basically, you'll see this little red lever protruding from the rear, and what you want to do is just sort of like push with like a swipe of your thumb, and yep, you have a pressure fire projectile. It is attached, but it's supposed to be the fusion mega shot from his cannon. We'll do that one more time. As you can see, you know, the faster you are, the farther it will go out, but it doesn't launch completely. Tank rolls quite nicely, because I should mention that for some people that it is important. But to transform, come around to the back of the tank. Bend this rear section down. It does peg into the back here. This section will be the arms, and then just start folding it down like so with that whole panel section. Everything comes up and around, and peg it there in the bottom. And we have Megatron in its robot mode. And like I said, looking at it now, I think this has the closer design to the Cyberverse animation model. The head in particular, I feel, is very on point to that animation design. Now, the arms can swing forward. They do like sort of friction into place down, and they kind of friction into place up. That's about it for articulation. You do, of course, have the launching gimmick still. You know, just again, yep, that was a little weak. I think in this mode it's easier to use your finger. Right there. Yep, there you go, and it kind of launches out. So I kind of like the fact that besides being a one-step figure, you do get a little more of a play feature. And just bring the arms back down, because now we're going to bring in the one-step Megatron that I reviewed previously. The cannon barrel's a little out of camera shot, but as you can see, the face is a little different. This overall design, I think, is closer to the evergreen look that Hasbro has been marketing for the last few years. Really, if you look at the torsos, this looks more of a G1-ish style. But as you know, you can see that they are different robot modes. Now, you really need to be careful with buying this figure or either one of these figures, because the packaging is very similar. The two big differences, and I will actually bring them in right now and show you, is the newer Megatron says the Fusion Mega Shot on it, whereas the other one just has a static look of the figure. Now, if we turn them around, what's interesting is, not around, but on the side, same exact side image. So just pay attention. I mean, obviously, looking at the back of the packaging, the figures are different. So I'm going to remove this figure right now, and I will show you how to get back into vehicle mode. Obviously, you do want to return the arms down and make sure they do friction into place. A little click you should hear maybe. Come down to the feet, unpeg them, and then you'll fold this whole section back around. The arms will start to come up. Oh, and you want to make sure that chest section folds flat. The arms will come up and close, and then you'll just peg what was the feet back in, and we've returned to vehicle mode. So I'll pause, and I'll then come back with my final thoughts. I have to admit, I often feel like a broken record when discussing these one-step figures, because I always find myself saying how, while most collectors overlook them, I tend to enjoy them, and I do think there is some fun aspects to them. Well, I'm going to say that again, especially now with the addition of a action feature with these figures. I was able to get this figure from Amazon.com, but like I said, it was a blink and you'll miss it. And it was very weird because none of the other Action Attacker one-step figures were in stock. And I mean, Amazon has been getting wave 3 of Cyberverse in, but it's been a very odd trickle, which, you know, I really can't get into or begin to understand, but it is what it is. So hopefully these figures will start showing up for you sooner than later. We have a Ultimate Class Megatron, we have a Warrior Class Megatron, we have a Scout Megatron, and now we have this one-step changer Megatron. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of torn between this and the Ultimate Class Megatron, as in which one I like better, because it's just like that Warrior Class, there were some aspects to pegging the arms together I didn't like that much, and then that Scout Class one was kind of fun, but it really wasn't a full transformer. This, you get a little bit of both worlds there. You get the action feature and a rather simple but fun transformation, and it makes a cool desk toy. So this is your old pal Chuck for Megatron. We will see you next time.